Welcome to part 5, the final video of the Sniper Outsourcing Blueprint. Now, I hope you've really enjoyed it so far, and I just want to stress the changes that this and how cool this really is to Google Sniper. I've taught you basically so far everything you need to do to kind of totally eliminate your need to do any work using the Google Sniper process as possible. I've explained how it's 10 times faster to make a sniper site this way with the same amount. You can make 10 times as many sites with the same amount of effort on your part. I've explained how good it is, how much money it's made me. When I've expanded and started using the techniques I'm teaching you in this Empire module, and it's just been really cool. Okay, and I really want you to understand the value that this adds to the course. Okay, and this is something after you've built 1 or 2 sites that you should definitely be doing. Okay, there's nothing stopping you right now going out and doing everything that we've done so far, and it really is, I think you're going to see a massive change. There's nothing, it's great when you make a sniper site before and it takes maybe 3 or 4 hours to set up, and then you see the first sales coming in. It's like, wow. But it's even better when someone else has done it and you've only done about 10 minutes work, let me tell you. And on top of it, they've got another 10 sites slowly climbing the search engines and almost starting to get their first sales as well at the same time. Because that's the beauty of this, is that you can really crank it up with hardly any further work on your part. All you have to do is tell them to build more sites, essentially, and we're going to go over that in this video. Okay, so up until now you should have basically gone online, looked for people, posted jobs, wheedled it down to a few different candidates, interviewed them, gone over pricing, etc., and then actually got the one specific candidate. And then in the last video I taught you how to tell them what to do, the exact instructions to give them to actually build your sniper site. Okay, you're going to send them a big long email with step-by-step steps of exactly 1, 2 and 3 how to build the site. Okay, so in this video I'm going to talk about how to actually check the progress and ensure the sniper site has the best chance of success before it's finished, and I'm going to tell you where to go from here, once you've built your one sniper site and stuff like that. Okay, so it should be a good video, and let's begin. So the first thing I want to talk about is checking and reviewing progress. Okay, now this is very important, particularly with the first few sites they build, because it's quite possible some things are not going to be perfect. Okay, but the first thing I want to say is the first time you check the site, to check the site as a whole is not when it's finished. Okay, it's not when it's finished, when it's it's the first time you check the site, because you want to nip it in the bud, if you will. You want to correct the mistakes as early as possible. So the first time that I check the site is, if you remember in the manual, when it's at that crucial stage before they haven't added the final post yet or anything like that. It's before they've added the YouTube video, it's before they've done the social bookmarking. It's when it's just the kind of bare bones site with 2 or 3 posts on it, with the About Me page, the About Me tab, etc, etc. Okay, that is when I first encourage you to check the site. And what I encourage you to do is, in your step-by-step instructions to the person, include a line telling them, once you get to this stage in the sniper site, the stage I just explained, send me an email so I can look it over. Okay, so you don't have to keep going back to the site every day and seeing what's happening. Okay, so that is the key. That's the first stage, and right then you can sort of, like I said, nip it in the bud. And if the job is not good, particularly if the articles are not well written, it's good that you've done it before he's written the final post, so he doesn't have to rewrite the final post, etc, etc, and it all just gets done a lot faster. Okay, now if the job is not good, particularly if the articles are not well written, don't be afraid to tell them. Okay, really, this is crucial. Be nice about it. Do not be rude and be like, this isn't the job I paid you for, it's a complete joke. But tell them, oh, sorry, I think we've sort of misinterpreted each other here on what needs to be done. I think you need to take another look over it before you move forward with the sniper site. Okay, before you do anything else, you need to fix what you've already done. Okay, now you pay them to do something, and if they haven't done it right, it's not your fault. Okay, it's their fault. They do need to understand that. Okay, it can be, start off being nice, and then if it's still not getting done, then slowly increase your kind of level of anger that you're showing. Okay, so it's not your fault unless your instructions were bad. Then it is your fault. Okay, but hopefully based upon the last video, that's why I made that. Your instructions won't be bad, they'll be concise but also detailed enough so that they know what they're doing. Now bear in mind that just like you, when you were building your first slime site, just like when I was building mine, and I hadn't even made this system yet, and there was trial and error perfecting it to the system it is today, and the system, the original Sniper system. There is a bit of trial and error going on, and they may get some little things wrong, so don't get angry with them, about that. Just kind of correct them lightly and just move forward. Okay, that's the best way to do it. Okay, so particularly things that might go wrong are the article writing, and there may not be enough of the keyword around the blog. But the main problem I think you're going to find is that the articles aren't well written. That is the main problem that's going to come up over and over again. Everything else should be fine. Also that might come up is that the articles aren't long enough. Make sure you tell them the correct number of words the articles need to be, okay, and not really short. Okay, so after you've built the Sniper site and it's out there, it's up there, hopefully it's ranking Google, or it's probably not ranking yet, it's probably just sort of hanging around there, nothing's really happening. You arrive yourself at a kind of crossroads, and that is basically, do you keep hiring them or not? Okay, and you need to ask yourself a few different questions about this candidate. Has it been smooth? Have you enjoyed talking to them? Have they been rude, which is always really annoying to deal with? Have they learned from the mistakes? But most importantly, and this is kind of bringing it back to simple maths here, the way that I prefer to do things, will it be, in terms of your time, effort and money, here's what it comes down to: will it be easier to hire someone new, completely new, off the bat, start the process again, or train this guy? Okay, that is what you need to ask yourself. So if there's a little bit of training that needs to go on, is it easier to hire someone off the bat, do all that negotiation, or just basically just train this guy up a little bit and spend a couple of hours working with him? That's what you need to ask yourself, okay? And bearing in mind that if you do hire someone new, maybe it's possible you're going to have to train them as well. So you need to take that into account when making this decision, okay? It's an important one. And now let's go over what you do. So if you do like him, keep him. Like I said, keep him on. Tell him you're going to keep him on as well. Tell him you liked his work. Positive reinforcement. Really is a great motivational factor, I think. Okay, tell him the work he's done is excellent, etc., etc. But also, tell him there is room for improvement. Never tell him it's perfect, or the workload or the work quality will no doubt decrease from there out. Okay. Always continue to pay by results. Don't resist the temptation to start paying him salary, etc. Just keep sticking to by results. That's what I think anyway. It's what's worked best for me. I've had guys that have built me a lot of sites and I've still paid them by results. Okay, and slowly. This was something I touched on in the last video when I said, you want to monitor the key things like the keyword and installing the blog and stuff will slowly over time increase his involvement in the Sniper site. Okay, so maybe he's gotten really good at picking keywords. Maybe he's gotten better at you than picking keywords. Okay, obviously never tell him that he's better than you at picking keywords. Okay, but maybe you don't need to check them over anymore. Although I would suggest that is the last thing the last duty you sort of assign and you delegate over to him. Okay, that is have him buying the domain and installing the blog and picking the product before you actually do the keywords, because the keywords are so important. I still recommend you have some kind of involvement in it. Okay, that's only for a very advanced candidate of yours that's doing really well. Okay, but as your trust increases, without a doubt, definitely allow him to install the blog and things like that if you want. Okay, and the final point is spend time ironing out any flaws his work has. It will be well worth it. Okay, don't just think, his Sniper sites are always a little bit crappy in this area, but I'm just going to leave it because I can't really be bothered. It will be well worth it over your time and over the profitability of an entire site's life and the many sites he's going to be building you, to actually spend some time ironing out and helping him work on some of the flaws this guy has. By the way, I'm saying him, it could be a her, I'm just keeping it simple. Okay. So yes, definitely spend some time with him ironing out his flaws, doing a bit of training. It's well worth it. Okay, this is if you do like him, and I will think that you'll find the majority of people you hire will do, particularly if you follow this outsourcing blueprint, because I've given it to you in such detail. You know, most courses just give you a little PDF and that's, just outsource everything in the book, done. Well, I've given you so much detail that I think you'll be absolutely fine, and the first employee you hire will be a good one, most likely. However, if you really didn't get on with your guy, well, then just hire someone else. Okay, it's not that hard. Once you've done it once, it becomes a lot faster the second time. Okay, and remember here how easy it is to get a new guy. Okay, you don't even have to bother posting a job or searching for people or anything like that. Just go for the other applicants you interviewed on Skype. You should have interviewed 4 or 5. Okay, it literally takes like 30 minutes to change guys. You've already written that big email that explains what to do, so you just send that to them again. You just talk with them on Skype briefly. It takes like 30 minutes, bam, and you're done. Okay, so don't fret if you have to change someone. If the guy's not perfect, just go ahead and change. It's pretty easy, and you will find someone eventually. Okay, so don't worry too much about changing guys. Okay, and the next thing, so where to go from here. So once you do have that person who's good for you, who's building you some good sites, hopefully the sites are getting traffic and hopefully they're making money, build up and expand. Have your worker build more sites. 2 per day should be fine after a while. After they know what they're doing, they should easily be able to handle 2 sniper sites a day. They should be able to build for you. Okay, so just have your worker build more and more sites, build up and out, aggressively expand. Is the number one way I recommend doing it. And then if you reach your limit with that, or you want to build more sites, always consider hiring more workers. Okay, basically you've just got to expand. The way to make more money is to minimize your involvement and maximize your profits. Okay, minimize your involvement in that you're only making the important decisions, like checking over the keywords if you're still doing that, and doing what I'm going to show you in the next video, which in the next video I'm basically going to show you how you should best spend your time researching into new ways to help your sniper sites profit, optimizing them, and sort of talking about moving into things like CPA and stuff like that. Okay, so minimize your involvement and maximize your profits, and build up and expand. That is the Empire module. Essentially, I've given you the foundations here, and once you've hired one guy, it's just exactly the same over and over and over, and this can take you all the way from your 1 sniper site to 6 figures a year. Okay, what I've taught you here. So that's basically it. This completely changes the game. I've literally taught you step by step, from start to finish, how you can take the Google Sniper system that I wrote for you, give it to someone else, or give them the knowledge to someone else, and just totally eliminate pretty much all of the work on your part for this system. Okay, and it wasn't a big hard system to put into practice to begin with. Okay, I mean, this is literally created the system so it's almost no work for you whatsoever, and still build absolutely kick-butt sites that really will rank, get traffic, and hopefully make you money. Okay, so I want to thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've really enjoyed the sniper outsourcing module. I'm really happy that I've been able to make such a great addition to what was already a very complete course, but I really think that this adds so much extra and really just changes the game once again. Okay, it really has for me. This is what took me to just earning an absolute fortune with the system that I do today. Okay, so thank you for joining me, and do check out that bonus video, the last video in the Empire module, where I'm going to talk about ways to spend your time now that your time isn't taken up building sniper sites. Okay, and learning more about your business and increasing your return on investment. So thanks a lot for watching.